You know why sound guys always say 1 2 1 2 during sound check?
What's up with number 2?
Here we go again.
Because when you say 3, you have to lift.
There are acceptable occasions to lie. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, like what? What occasions are acceptable to lie?
When your wife asks you, "Does this dress make me look fat?"
No, honey.
And you say unequivocally, "No, of course not."
That's survival.
I'm a firm believer in natural selection.
Do you think that they were accurate in the size of Trump's penis?
Yes. Are we going to put a Coffee Kult location on the moon when they start building stuff on the moon?
Not if Elon's involved.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Coffee Kult podcast. I am JD Duran.
And I am Lucas.
And I am Jamie, the bus driver, and I love nice jeans.
And he loves nice jeans, don't we all?
Jeans are great.
We have something really exciting for this show. But before we get to it, what are you guys drinking? What coffee you got?
I don't know yet. Let's find out. Espresso tonic. It's my third one of the day.
It's your third one? I thought that was your second one. I figured since I keep giving Jamie bad coffee, I was like, let's give him a coffee he likes, and I know he likes the tonic.
Although,
so,
the last episode was pretty incredible.
I was trying to make
his
up
reaction.
for it.
If you get customer service emails responses back in the afternoon after I've had like 3 or 4 coffees, that's why I'm so strung out. They're like, what's wrong with that guy? Oh, he just had way too much coffee.
Yeah, it's very possible that your response is going to be in all caps and lots of exclamation points.
Oh, we got to talk about the coffee from last episode.
Yeah.
So come to find out, our brand new pour over machine. What's it called, Lucas? Do you remember? Is it a Zero? I don't forget what it's called.
A tone machine?
No, we have a new pour over machine. Oh, a Tone. Yeah. We got the Tone 3s in the front, and they weren't set up correctly.
Nope. We used the default settings. Big mistake.
So that was not so good.
But we fixed it.
But it proves if your water temperature is not hot enough, like 150 degrees instead of 202 to 204 degrees Fahrenheit, what happens is your coffee tastes sour, and that's what's wrong. That was the deal with that coffee. So.
Yep.
There you go.
Now, we fixed the settings.
All fixed.
We figured out how to program it. It was actually a pretty fun experience.
They're trying to see if I was paying attention.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Tested them.
Well, speaking of our pour over machine, I made myself a Komodo Dragon pour over inside the machine, and it tastes quite great today.
There you go. And I just have an espresso latte. I don't have an espresso tonic. I just went with the latte version.
That would make a latte, and technically that would be an iced latte. What type of milk do you have there, JD?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Honestly, would you tell us the story?
I mean, that's the story.
Honestly,
that's my thing.
To be honest,
to be honest
about it.
To be honest, well, would you normally lie?
I mean, depends on the situation.
It's a generational thing.
When your wife says, "Does this make me look fat?" Is it acceptable to lie?
Well, she didn't say be honest. I wouldn't say honestly.
Honestly, sweetie.
My wife would never ask that of me anyway.
There are acceptable occasions to lie. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, like what? What occasions are acceptable to lie?
When your wife asks you, "Does this dress make me look fat?"
No, honey.
And you say unequivocally, "No, of course not."
That's survival.
I'm a firm believer in natural selection. that's survival right there.
Yeah. So anyway, moving on. This week's episode is going to be a lot of fun because we are talking about our coffees and also movies. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring up each one of our coffees and we're going to pair them with a movie that best describes the coffee. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I have movies for every single one of our coffees. We're going to go through them.
all coffee. Oh man, we're gonna be here
JD
for like
single
5
one of
hours. I
them.
need a chair.
Yeah. So get
JD
yourself
went all out on
ready.
this.
Get your popcorn. We're
JD
gonna
was
be
ready
here.
like forever ago on this. Like he had this offer.
Oh yeah,
He was so excited for today.
I went through the list twice actually because I wanted to make sure that I had the right movies. I did change it up a little bit, but I have a list I'm pretty comfortable with here. So,
And JD is a movie encyclopedia. So if the movie's coming out, and he's a movie influencer too, I would say.
I'm not sure about influencer.
Is that an influencer
Critic.
or is that just a reporter?
I would go with critic,
I was
but
like,
Critic.
I think
Oh,
critics.
okay. He's a movie
another way to
critic.
say it.
He's
yeah,
like
I like to
Ebert.
talk about movies. Yeah, we talk about movies pretty often, so this is going to be a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys have anything, or if you just want to criticize my picks, that's fine too. So.
I mean, I
No,
have
and
like two.
And it's always good because if a movie's coming out, I ask JD, should I see it? And he'll tell me,
Yeah.
yes, movie theater, no, don't bother, or wait for it to go onto your TV screen.
It's fun. I love having those conversations. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. We'll start with the dark roast because it's our most popular coffee. But along those lines of thinking, the movie I ended up going with here is Citizen Kane because our dark roast is the best, and Citizen Kane is also the best. So that is my pick for dark roast.
Why not make it John Wick?
That's actually exactly what I was about to say.
I mean, that would be the best.
That was
make
one
it
of my
John
two.
Wick.
That was one of the two I picked. I was going to say, I think
Yes.
dark roast at the coffee, John Wick would.
That's perfectly acceptable. My line of thinking with the dark roast is whatever you think the best movie is, go with that. For me, it's Kane. For others, it might be John Wick, and that's perfectly
Oh, well, the
fine.
best movie, my favorite movie is probably the Matrix series.
The Matrix also rules.
Or Goonies. Kind of
Oh,
similar.
Goonies
you're-
is good.
He is
They're
a
very
Goonies
similar.
lover.
Very similar.
He-
My
you have
wife
gone on-
as well, huge Goonies. That's what she would pick if she was here. Is the
Yeah,
Goonies.
Goonies is probably my favorite. Depends on like
You are a Goonies
genre. Because I don't think you can have a favorite like music. You can't have a favorite in one of all time, but you can have a favorite in each genre. I think.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, so that is my pick for dark roast. The next one I have here is medium roast, and I went with the Shawshank Redemption because when we're talking about medium roast, we're talking about being well balanced. The Shawshank Redemption has a lot of everything. It has humor, it has emotion, it's adventurous, it has adversity. There's a lot to the Shawshank Redemption. Cinematically speaking, it is an extremely well balanced movie and reminded me a lot of medium roast. So that's why I went with Shawshank.
I think all coffee should be balanced. Otherwise, it sucks. But I mean, if you're talking about adventurous, then why not just make it the Smurf movie?
I mean, that's adventurous too. I can't
No,
really speak to that
I'm
as
gonna
far
have
as
to-
a well balanced movie, but
I'm going to disagree with that because I'm a Smurf hater. So, and I love medium roast. So,
Yeah.
I will never put that with medium roast.
I like Shawshank. That
Not
was the
Smurf.
one I went with
It's not Smurf coffee.
for
And
medium
I have
roast.
no list. Just
I know.
so everybody knows. They're like, Jamie, we're gonna go do the podcast now. I'm like, okay, what are we
No,
doing? They're
I
like,
just-
movies. All right.
I just wanted you to react.
I
You
know
ju-
it's
you
more
just
fun.
react.
Reaction's more
Yeah,
fun.
I only
Yeah.
had two coffees, or two movies in mind, and John Wick was
Okay.
one of them.
All right, for Thunderbolt, I have two options here, and with two lines of thinking. So the first movie I thought of was Old Boy, the Park Chan-wook film, because
Is that about a dog?
no, it's
I never seen
about
that movie.
I don't know that movie.
it's a Korean film about a man stuck in a room, and then he comes to find out why he's stuck in this room. And so the reason I picked it for Thunderbolt is that one, it's a dark movie. Thunderbolt, we're talking about a dark roast here, so it has
Fair.
this dark tone to it. But Old Boy also has this twist near the end that is like a thunderbolt. It is a jolt. It is a shock. It is a huge shock and a huge turn in the movie. So that's why it came to mind for me for Thunderbolt.
Oh, you just like that because you like K-pop. You listen to K-pop on the way home, and it's all Korean.
Hey man, if we want to talk about, we can go on a K-pop rant if you want. But
I don't know how we.
I want to know how many of our customers listen to K-pop.
look,
I bet you it's not very many.
probably,
Probably
not.
not.
But they
I
did-
want to know.
but
Let
one of
us know if you listen to K-pop.
There is that recent K-pop movie that came out though, that animated movie, the K-pop Demon Hunter movie.
Oh my gosh.
Which was a fun
I thought you were a
surprise.
big fan of that one.
That was on Netflix, wasn't it?
It is.
It is
I
on
saw
Netflix.
it. It was like in the top 10. I was like, what the is this?
That's a young gen movie.
I
Clearly.
liked it.
That's an alpha gen. That's not even a Z gen.
Well, to that point, my son is obsessed with the film and knows the lyrics
That's
to every
the
song on the
generation.
soundtrack.
I'm
Like,
not
I was
surprised.
I watched it.
That's
I thought it was a pretty good movie, actually.
I liked
That was
it. Yeah,
that was
I
like
think
probably
it's
the most points K-pop has
I-
ever gained in my books.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is actually like a
I
pretty
enjoyed
good
it.
movie.
You watched it?
I did watch it. Yes.
You need to find a new home.
Did you watch it?
No.
Oh, I thought you did watch it.
No, I just saw it was there. I'm not watching that crap. Man, life
Only
is-
because I had a bunch of
It's a
other
good
friends. I had a
movie.
bunch of friends watch it,
Life
so I was
is
like, you know
short.
what?
I liked it.
I'll
It's good.
watch it. I was like, you
What
know
coffee would
whatever.
you drink with that film?
K-pop,
I got no clue.
something vibrant.
Something that tastes like a turd.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, it'd probably be like a super.
I think
bright
it's a
coffee.
fun, vibrant
super
movie.
bright coffee. I don't.
Anyway,
All right, back to our list.
Old Boy for Thunderbolt. The other one, and this
Never
is
heard of
perhaps more obvious, I think Thor also works here.
Thor. Yeah, I was gonna say Flash
Like the
because
OG.
Or Flash.
Flash has a lightning bolt on his
Yeah.
thing. So
You know, I was
So-
actually gonna say like probably like Mad Max. That's like a crazy movie. I
Well,
think Thunderbolt's like a
I
crazy
like
coffee.
that.
Let's
I
hold
like that
on.
idea.
Oh.
Let's not get our heart ahead of ourselves here.
I like that idea.
Thunderbolt.
Or what about Max Headroom? Do you guys even know who that is?
Wait, what was that?
Max Headroom.
Max Headroom?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar.
You guys don't know who Max Headroom is? Are you?
Is that
It
like-
doesn't ring a bell.
Is that like?
There's a character from the 80s of Pepsi commercials. It was an AI head that
I
just
was
talked.
I was
born
born
after-
in the 80s.
I was born
How am I
after
supposed to know?
I was born after 9/11. I mean, yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
so Thunderbolt, those were my two
deep
picks there.
breaths. Deep breaths.
All right. The next one I have here is Road Dog, and
Yes.
the reason, so the film I'm going with here is top of mind because its director recently passed away earlier this year and is very close to my heart. I'm going with David Lynch here, The Straight Story from 1999. I don't know if you guys know this movie.
Nope. But are
But-
you saying that Road Dogg's getting knocked off or something?
No,
Comparing
no.
it to the director that's passed away. Road Dogg's not going anywhere.
No.
I like Road Dogg.
The reason I went with The Straight Story, again, the film is top of mind because of the director, but the movie is about a gentleman going on a road trip. So he travels from Illinois to Minnesota, I think, on his tractor. That's the whole
Well,
movie.
that sounds like a fun trip. What kind of tractor? Was it a John Deere?
Yes, it was.
Was
a
they
John
didn't have
Deere.
Kubotas back then? I
Yeah, it
don't
was a
think.
John Deere, actually.
that's
yeah.
good.
You got Jamie's attention at tractor.
Yeah, and it's a
I'm a
really,
John
it's a really great movie. The trip is it's charming, it's fun. There's adversity of course, and Road Dogg is all about those long trips where you need that huge pick me up in the morning.
Yeah, or
So-
like you rolled off the tour bus and need a
Yeah.
cup of coffee to open your eyes.
I have a slightly
Yeah.
different direction for Road Dogg. So for Road Dogg, maybe like personal bias, but I picked Forrest Gump. I think at least just that coffee will keep you going,
Keep you going
forever
and going
and
and
ever.
going.
Keep running down
Energizer Bunny.
that like one long road. That coffee's gonna keep you up.
You know, I didn't think of it until Jamie just said it, but I think another movie that applies here is Almost Famous because of the whole bus tour thing. So that also applies, and I love that movie as well. So,
Man, the coffee was good.
It's called Road Dogg. It's named after roadies,
so there you
especially
go.
lighting guys.
Almost Famous.
You know why sound guys?
Great movie.
You know why sound guys always say 1 2 1 2 during sound check?
What's up with number 3?
Here we go again.
Because when you say 3, you have to lift.
1 2 1 2. Okay, so moving on. That is Road Dogg for me. Next is Eye Cracker, and Lucas freaking stole this one already. This is Mad Max Fury Road. Because
Yeah,
we're
it kind of
talking
all
about
goes together.
I can
tons of energy.
I see
Yep.
that.
It's jolting, surprises. Makes a lot of sense. Eye Cracker, I'm going with Fury Road here. All
I
right.
think that's a great pick. That's
Yeah.
definitely match.
I could
Yeah.
probably see the Eye Cracker more than Thunderbolt. Maybe
Yeah.
I can go with that one.
The next I have here is 2 Alpha, or 2 Alpha Espresso Coffee. And kind of along the lines of Citizen Kane earlier being the best, which is why I went with that for dark roast. The 2 Alpha is also the OG espresso around here. So I'm going with All Quiet on the Western Front from 1930. This is the original Oscar winner. It is the very first winner for Best Picture at the Oscars. The OG, if you will.
What would that be?
What do you mean?
What movie is it?
All Quiet on the Western Front.
Oh, is that a Western?
No, it's a war movie. And it's a pretty brutal war movie for its time, especially because it was made before what they call the Hays Code, which is the set of rules that Hollywood tried to apply by because the government and big business was afraid that things were getting a little too risque and it was going to affect the economy and culture. And so they're like, you guys better behave. So they made these Hays Codes where you had to, you couldn't show violence, you couldn't have people kissing on screen, let alone nudity or sex.
How'd that work out?
Well, yeah, there was a lot of pushback for a long time. Times have changed. So, I mean, there were still some great movies during the Hays Code era, Citizen Kane being among them, but there was a lot of directors that would try to skirt around those rules.
You're completely off on that coffee.
I know. What do you mean?
That coffee is 2 alpha.
I was going to say
2 alpha is 2 hits in the center for gun competition.
But you see, you're thinking about it differently than I am.
So it has to be a Western or something with firearms because that's what it's about.
I was going to say American Sniper.
But
that's a good one.
I love American. That's
what
great
I was
movie,
thinking.
Yeah, but that's not a 2 alpha. Sniper, you get 1 hit.
I know, but I mean, still, I don't know.
I'm not saying that's wrong, but that was not my line of thinking.
No, it's 2025. No one's wrong. We love everyone in his body shape forward. Like however you feel.
Be happy. It is the original espresso. That's literally what it says on our site. So
it says it's our original espresso.
Mm-hmm. That's what you told me. That's what we put down. That's what you wrote.
Mm-mm. Original espresso is dark roast.
Yeah.
It was originally an espresso.
Well, that's what you wrote. I didn't write it.
That's what our website says?
Yep.
It's
because
wrong.
That's what you wrote. I did not write that.
Second.
Well, I wouldn't have wrote that because it's wrong.
Nose goes. I did not write it either.
What's the no? Dark roast used to be called Screaming Indian espresso,
Really?
And then it became politically incorrect to say something like that. And the logo was a skeleton in a headdress. That was the original. That was our original coffee for Center Stage Coffee. And then when we started selling on the internet, we turned it into dark roast because we didn't want people to hate us so much.
Okay.
Actually, I had no idea that was like what it was for Center Stage Coffee. That's crazy.
That was
OG.
what dark roast was.
I didn't
originally.
write it.
No one knows that. We don't tell that story. Now we just told everyone. But yeah, we used to also have a coffee called Red Eye Pig.
That I do know about.
And that was a pig with the police hat on
one.
with red eyes. But it wasn't a It wasn't like anti-police. It was it was because that's what you would have to drink in the middle of the night when you had to stay up on shift all night. That had added caffeine. Mm-hmm. We don't do any of that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
That was old. I mean, that's like when we started.
Okay.
15 years ago.
Well, there you go.
Damn.
Okay, well, moving on. The next one I have here is Mr. Cooper's, and this is a blend of medium and dark roast. So the movie that I went with here is American Psycho, because again, it has that blend of these dark, brooding undertones to it, given its violence and everything we see in terms of drama. But it also has this incredible energy to it. And it's quite electric at times. So like,
all right, I see. All right, another one that we don't see eye to eye on at all. No, Mr. Cooper's about a nice old guy that used to call us and beg us to make a blend that was blended between dark roast and medium roast. That's where it came from. So if you're going to make a movie that represents it, it's got to be like a friendship movie, like nice, like everybody holds hands, like Dirty Grandpa or something.
See, you had all the opportunity to write your own list here.
What are you talking about?
That movie's funny.
Yeah, but it's not holding hands.
No, but they get along. He's like traveling with his grandson or something, and they're partying in Florida or whatever it was. That was a great movie.
That's a party movie.
That was a great movie.
I'm only thinking about this in terms of the coffee, not the story of how the coffee was invented.
Okay, I see. I'm thinking about the coffee story. So
like you can remove the label or how the label came to be and just drink the coffee. That's how I came to describe these.
It's going to be a rough day at the office after this.
Yeah, I think the only people holding hands.
I got to go hide in my office.
Only people holding hands in Dirty Grandpa is like when they're like took that corpse out of the back seat or the trunk of the car and threw it over like the bridge or something like that. That was like the only hand holding in that movie.
When you drink Mr. Cooper's, again, not knowing that context, you will not think of Dirty Grandpa. That's not going to be the movie that comes to mind. I guarantee you that.
Speaking about nudity and nut shots.
Oh, God.
That was great. That's funny.
Okay, so here's another one that Jamie and I will apparently disagree on. But
I cannot wait for this next
come
coffee.
on. What is it?
But very much along the same lines of thinking. So the half-calf dark roast here.
Uh-oh.
I went with Taxi Driver because, again, it is this film that has this lingering tension throughout. But again, it's kind of slow moving. Taxi Driver is not a fast-paced film by any stretch of the imagination, hence the half-calf element of it. But again, it has violence and kind of this brooding tension throughout. So
There's
it has this
nothing
dark
violent about
underbelly.
that coffee, though.
Huh?
That's nothing violent about that coffee.
It's mellow.
He's not
mellow.
understanding what I'm trying to say here through any of this. I'm not trying to talk about how violent the coffee is.
It's normal by around here, by the way.
It's just so fun being
We're
in the
talking about tone. We're talking about it is a dark roast. Taxi Driver is a dark movie. That's the parallel here in all of these coffees. So, of course, the movie is not you're not gonna drink it and go out and kill somebody. That's not the metaphor here.
Thank goodness. And we don't support that. If you drink
we're
better
talking
coffee,
about
you won't want to kill
tone.
people. You should be happy.
I'm really debating that I should say something inappropriate or not.
Well, this is only half calf, so it's like, whatever.
Again, yeah.
It's good.
It's only half.
It's only half. Again, Taxi
super
Driver,
crazy.
only half the energy.
Yes, or if maybe it was designed, maybe people that are half size are supposed to drink it, like little people.
That's true.
Oh.
Colombia. This is a
Colombia.
classic and always reliable coffee, much like The Godfather. Classic
that.
and
Yeah,
always
that's a good pick.
reliable.
I like that.
I like that.
So I was
See,
thinking-
we agree on some stuff.
No debate on that one.
Now, here, the next one I have here is I'm going to pick a movie, but you can substitute the movie with whatever the premise allows for you. So here's what I mean. I know that's vague, but here's what I mean.
Okay.
So the next one is Columbia Decaf.
Oh, I knew it was coming. Here we go.
Here's the
Pretty
thing
Woman.
here's the thing with Columbia Decaf. And I thought about this because a few weeks ago we were cupping our coffees and this one came up. And it is, especially for decaf, it is surprisingly really good. So the movie I went here, again to that theme, is Warrior from 2011 with Tom Hardy, the Gavin O'Connor film.
This
And
is going to be great for movie.
the reason
Movie
I went with
peeps.
Warrior is because much like a decaf, you walk in not expecting much. I certainly didn't. And that film is surprisingly excellent. It is really, really good. And much like a Columbia
Hey,
decaf.
JD, you know what decaf is?
Oh boy.
I do, but I don't know if I want to.
What is it, Jamie?
It's like a hooker that just wants to cuddle.
There you go.
Hey, I know some worse
So,
ones.
For Jamie, it's a Nora. That's what he's trying to say.
No, it's like Pretty Woman. I would connect the Pretty Woman. It's like
Yeah.
Julie Roberts, wasn't she a streetwalker at the beginning of that movie?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going with Warrior. You pick whatever surprise movie fits for you. That's the theme of the
here.
decaf.
I'll go for like the two recent Marvel movies because I've kind of like got the Marvel fatigue and the Fantastic Four and the Thunderbolts movie were pretty good, which is like pleasantly a surprise.
It's funny.
So,
it's funny you
I'm
say
gonna
that
go for
because
one.
I almost
We're going
picked
different
the
vibes.
new Superman for those same reasons.
Oh yeah.
But which I think is also
Did anybody
plausible.
watch
Very
the new
surprised.
Superman?
Yeah, it made $551 million.
Made way more than Marvel.
Really?
Doubled the amount, actually. Yeah.
I didn't see either of them in the theaters.
I think Fantastic Four only made like 250.
Superman will end up winning the box office for the superhero movies this year.
Yep.
Yeah? Wow.
Yeah.
Was it any good?
I loved it. I
was
thought
like-
it was great, and
everything
I'm not a
actually is pretty damn
Superman
good.
person at
I
all.
heard there's a lot of politic crap in it. So
Well, Superman inherently is very political. It always has been.
all those are. So you got to have a good guy and a bad guy. I mean, you can relate that to anything.
But Superman was especially born out of politics.
Was it?
Like its origins are out of politics.
That's good. I'll skip.
Anyway, avoiding that conversation.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of politics.
The next
Going down the
two,
rabbit hole.
the next two are JD picks. I don't know if you guys will have any sort of thoughts on these movies, but
Uh-oh.
I'm going with Ethiopian Harar for the next one. And I'm going with Charlie Chaplin, Modern Times, because this is a really fun coffee. It is extremely vibrant. It's energetic, much like a Chaplin film. You can pick any Chaplin film. Modern Times just happens to be my personal favorite, but Chaplin on the whole fits the experience of Harar perfectly. So that's why I'm going with Chaplin here.
I agree. I think that's a good pick. I was going to say Willy Wonka just because it's fun. So,
Same philosophy.
Same
So, yeah.
premise.
Good
Yeah.
pick, yeah.
So
go
on
with those.
the same token, with Yurgishev, I went with Buster Keaton, Sherlock Holmes Jr., or Sherlock Jr. to be more specific, but for the same reasons.
I'd say Minions.
Or
You just want
Minions.
more.
Minions is the animated version of those filmmakers, so
Yeah,
that makes
pretty
sense.
much. You just
makes
want
sense.
more
Yeah.
Minions.
All right, the next one I have here is Peaberry. Again, very much a JD pick here. This is the name that most people probably won't know, but I'm going with the name Terrence Malick here. Do you guys know the name Terrence Malick?
No, I know Teron
presume
Butler.
not. So the reason I went with Terrence Malick here is that there's no other filmmaker like him on the planet. His movies are very distinct, like a Peaberry. And what is it, Jamie? Something like 5-10% of all coffee beans end up as Peaberry. It's something
Less
small
than that.
like that.
It's
Less than that.
1%, yeah.
Okay. So I would say of everybody that watches a Malick film, there's probably 1% of us that love his movies. Very, very distinct. It's almost hard to describe. It's very angelic, very poetic. Ethereal is the best way I can describe them.
Ethereal.
Yes,
That's a fun word.
it is a very fun word. And
What about Pete's Dragon? You ever seen that?
yeah, which one? The new one or
No, the OG.
The
Come
OG?
on.
Okay.
Is there a new one?
Yeah, in 2016, it's actually
Oh,
really
I didn't
good.
realize-
I
is
think
it?
it's
Oh,
I think
I
it's
should
10
see it.
times better than the OG actually.
Oh, I like the OG because it's OG. Is there singing in the remake?
No.
Oh, they're singing in the original. That's what I like about it.
No, they're actually two different movies. They share the same name, but they're actually two very
Are
different
they?
movies.
Yeah.
So anyway, Terrence Malick, I cannot recommend him to anybody. But if you watch his movies, The Tree of Life in particular is one of my all-time favorite movies from 2011. Incredible. All right,
What about Rambo? Can't we just make it Rambo?
you can make it whatever you want.
I don't know if I see Rambo on Peaberry.
We didn't do any Rambo, or we didn't do any we need.
I was thinking of something distinct, and in cinema, there's no one more distinct than Terry Malick.
Okay.
One of my favorite stories, just as a side tangent, he did this movie in 2003, I think, with Colin Farrell, The New World. So it's basically the Pocahontas story.
What about Rocky? We didn't do any Rocky movies. Are they not on your top best lists?
I mean, I love Rocky. I do not have Rocky selected here, but for any of these. But I'm sure you can make it apply to something.
To all of them.
Yeah.
They're winners.
They're all winners.
They're all winners.
All champions.
You know, I see Coffee on your list. Actually, it's the next one, right after Peaberry, right? Sumatra. I would put Rocky on Sumatra.
Sure.
I can see that. Sumatra's a winner. I love Sumatra.
Well, so
That's one of my favorite single origins.
with Sumatra, so the reason I picked the film that I did, and it has something to do with the way this coffee is talked about. So I went with 2001: A Space Odyssey, and the reason is Sumatra is a coffee that had to be rediscovered. It was in the jungles there in Sumatra. It was rediscovered, and now it's hailed as one of the best coffees in the world. When
It's super
2001: A Space Odyssey came out, it was not heralded the way that it is today. It was panned critically,
Oh yeah, now it's like a cult classic.
and now it's hailed as one of the best movies of all time. It is a movie that had to be rediscovered, and now is talked about as one of the best movies of all time, very much like Sumatra. So that's why I went with
Yeah,
2001.
I like that.
It's a good one.
So you put reasoning behind all your picks. I'm just like, it's happy.
Yeah.
We'll call it. That.
I
Vibe
tried to be thoughtful about
Right.
this.
Jay was ready.
Yes, I was ready. Okay, the next one might be a little bit of a stretch, but I was struggling to figure out what else to put here.
Well, which
for-
one did you put with Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I did not pick Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That can be
I
your
do
chef
like it,
too,
too.
because it's a lot of fun.
You're a chef. Yeah, I can see that. That works. I'm going with, we're going with Guatemala next. Guatemala coffee. I went with Pulp Fiction here, and the reason I did is because Guatemala is kind of wide ranging. So it has notes of caramel, chocolate, orange, plum, which is kind of wide ranging. And Pulp Fiction is a movie that's also all over the place, like in a good way, like in a really fun, great way. There's so much going on. There's a lot going on. So in terms of texture and depth, that's what I was thinking about here. And Pulp Fiction has those two things. So I picked that for Guatemala.
I'm going to get canceled here. I'm going to get canceled.
Are you about to talk about Pulp Fiction or something else?
Well, I love Pulp Fiction. It's one of my favorite movies.
I do love Pulp Fiction too.
However, I would say that Willy Wonka, because the Oompa Loompas remind me of the Guatemalans. And I don't say that for the reasons bad reasons. I say because any tent rental company,
Don't
any
post this on
good
Twitter,
tent
JD.
rental company
Don't post this
has
on Twitter.
Guatemalans.
we're done for.
They do awesome. They're hard workers and they're awesome. That's why I think of Oompa Loompas, and they're fun.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't think it was. What is wrong with that? I love Cindy Sweeties.
Okay. I went with Pulp Fiction. Okay, so there's a lot going on in Pulp Fiction, much like Guatemala.
True.
There is a lot going on.
So
Going on in Willy Wonka too. There's a lot of stories going on in there.
yeah, there's a lot
Especially
going on
when you
with
go
Willy
down
Wonka.
like the LSD tunnel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
There's a lot
LSD.
of-
Yeah, when
there's a
you
lot
drink
of-
Guatemala, it's like
Going on
taking
Willy
LSD.
There's a lot of good sub stories in Willy Wonka.
Yeah, what's next?
No, but seriously, if
Okay.
you have a tent company, all the good tent companies always have a Guatemalan families working for them. Like they're there, they're awesome. Those dudes are like badass. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
And I like
like
Oompa Loompas are badass too. They get the whole factory going.
Okay. Next, I have Costa Rica La Rosa. And much like Peaberry, I have a name here because there's lots of movies you could choose from. But La Rosa is often talked about as a coffee that is blessed for coffee because of the region it comes from. So I went with Martin Scorsese here because he is blessed for cinema. God bless Martin Scorsese, the GOAT. There's no one else like him. La Rosa is my Scorsese pick.
I don't know who I'd pick for La Rosa.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Great coffee. Awesome
coffee.
region.
Like Scorsese.
Food there is really good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what movie I would put that with though.
I went with the blessed for coffee angle, but there's certainly others.
Maybe Land of the
Yeah.
Dragons or something because they fly through
Yeah.
the cool mountains and stuff like that.
Okay, I like that.
Dragon maybe.
For Costa Rica Cumbres,
Ooh, Cumbres.
I went with
Cumbres.
Pirates of the Caribbean because Cumbres is a really fun coffee, vibrant, fun flavors, but it's surprisingly complex. And I think that's what's underrated about Pirates. It is surprisingly complex. There's really fun nuances that are under discussed with those films. Genuinely some of the best blockbusters ever put to the silver screen. So I went with Pirates here.
Well, for me, Cumbres is like pretty much my goat over here. It's probably like my favorite. Like Cumbres and Kenya are like my two favorites here.
You just said it was Sumatra.
No, I said it's my top 5.
Oh.
I said Sumatra was top 5, single origin.
Okay.
Cumbres and Kenya, they're always like competing for my top 1. But my
Yeah.
personal I guess I goat for films that I mean is Star Wars. So maybe I'll give it to.
Star Wars is also a great example
But,
because it's looked upon as this like the series of spectacle movies. But again, there's great nuances, emotional nuances, thematic nuances to those
Political
movies.
nuances.
Political
That is
nuances,
true.
100%.
Prequel
It has
trilogy,
all
baby.
that. So Star Wars, I think, equally applies
Yeah.
here.
Star Wars sucks.
Oh boy.
I used to love Star Wars.
Okay, Disney Star Wars sucks. Let's get it right. George Lucas,
What's that lady's name that's in charge now that we don't like?
Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, she needs to go.
She is gone.
They made a whole South Park
She's gone?
episode about it.
She's gone. Yeah.
Oh,
Wait.
and there's a South Park episode?
Yeah, we've been over this.
Did you see the
Yes.
the season opener of South Park, JD?
Yeah, I did.
You did? Mm-hmm. Do you think that they were accurate in the size of Trump's penis?
Yes.
I agree.
I can agree with that one.
Here's my Star Wars hot take. I think that the first two films in the sequel trilogy are masterpieces, and the third film is the only one that sucks. The show's extremely hit or miss. Some of it's okay, a lot of it's not. The shows you could take or leave it. But as far as the films go, I think The Force Awakens is my number 2 Star Wars film, and The Last Jedi is in my top 6, probably top 5, top 6.
And Star Wars Land at Disney, almost as good as Harry Potter. Almost.
Yeah,
I'm a
I do love
religious-
Star
Like
Wars.
really good, like really close.
It is fun. Yeah,
But Harry Potter just is insane.
yeah. If it wasn't for The Rise of Skywalker, I think in 20 years that trilogy would be talked about differently.
Yeah, I
Somehow
agree.
Palpatine returned.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible. Rise of Skywalker is not good, but I think those first two are incredible and work together.
I'm not a big
Very well.
The Last Jedi fan, but I do like The Force Awakens. But to each their own. It's a hit or miss for a lot of people. It's very divisive. But I'm a Revenge of the Sith enjoyer. It's my favorite
You
Star
didn't
Wars
put
movie.
any Harry Potter on the list. I'm surprised.
I was thinking about Harry Potter for some other coffee, but
I mean, I think Harry Potter applies to Cumbres as well for similar reasons.
adventurous.
Yeah,
magical.
magical.
It is actually that is true. It is a magical coffee. Cumbres is magical.
It is magical. I like that. All right, for Brazil, again, I have two options here.
50%.
Do you go with the movie Brazil?
No.
It seems obvious, but I'm going to say no because Brazil is a very weird movie and the coffee Brazil is not. So I don't think it really applies. So I went with Die Hard here because Die Hard's a movie that gives you what you want and it delivers.
Yeah, that's good, but it doesn't matter. We just have to edit this whole section out because Brazil's 50% tariffs and it's gone.
That too.
Every price of every single coffee is going to go up
Yeah.
because all the crappy coffee uses crappy. If you
Brazil.
like crappy K-cups, it's all over roasted Brazil. It's I think it's a good thing because crappy coffee, double the price or 50% more, works for me.
I know we like to talk about the green circle over here, but I know there's like a certain yellow company that the people in Miami love, that like their Cuban coffee, but it really comes from Brazil. But
Grinders,
Yeah.
a lot more.
So-
We're gonna see more Robusto too.
probably
That'll
probably
be a
that.
topic I'm sure we'll get into
And then
more.
people are like,
soon.
"Why am I choking on my coffee?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this."
All right, we got a few more left here. The next one I have is Kenya,
Thank
and
goodness, we're
I
getting
went
close
with
to the end.
the African Queen,
I like that.
adventurous,
Oh, yeah.
romantic,
Great movie.
diverting. Peru, I of course went with Paddington. Makes a lot of sense there for those that have seen the Paddington movies. There was literally a movie earlier this year called Paddington in Peru.
You know, I
So-
couldn't think of a better fit for Peru than that. That's a good pick.
I've actually never heard of this. What's Paddington? Am I,
He's
like,
not
out-
British enough.
am I out of the
That's no, you're just not British enough. That's the problem. Paddington is
Bunch
very
of rubbish.
popular overseas.
Maybe do you know who Curious George? Paddington's the UK version of Curious George.
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah,
Without the man
I think
without
that's
the
a good
yellow hat.
comp. Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, Komodo dragon. I have the 1954 Godzilla for Komodo dragon. Of course, you can pick your own monster movie if
I
you
want to
want,
pick
but
Godzilla or a monster. Just because it has dragon in it doesn't mean that it's like a
Peach dragon.
Godzilla
Maybe I'll
versus
go with Peach dragon.
Godzilla versus
maybe
King
peach
Kong.
dragon. Yeah,
Maybe.
I
It's
mean,
a
you
nice
just drank
dragon.
Komodo. How would you describe it?
it's like clowns. Not all clowns are evil. Not all clowns are like it.
Godzilla
No, but,
versus
like,
King Kong is pretty. Is
What
pretty
I
good.
like about the reason I picked the 54 Godzilla specifically is because Komodo has, like this dark texture to it. It's a really robust flavor of coffee, which is fantastic. And that original 54 Godzilla is not at all how we think of Godzilla today. It is an incredibly nuanced metaphor for what Japan was going through at that time. So it's kind of a bleak, tragic movie, more than the fun Godzilla we think of today.
Yeah, so why not make it like the Blob, where it just takes you over?
Yeah,
sure. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna say Pacific Rim.
I like that. I'll go with Pacific Rim.
I think actually that's.
I love that.
Yeah, and plus, I don't know. I feel like some people like to debate about Pacific Rim, and there's a little bit of a debate about Komodo dragon in our office. We have a particular employee who just
yeah
he like loves it, and then he doesn't love it, then he loves it, then he doesn't love it.
Which I think also applies to the Godzilla franchise, because there's good movies and then there's really bad movies.
That is so true.
So go back and forth. Yeah.
But
all right.
I've always loved Komodo dragon, and I do love Pacific Rim. So you know what?
I like that though.
It's great for me.
I like that. No, that's good. The last one is Nicaragua, and this is a coffee when you're talking about tradition and craft. It's complex, satisfying. So I went with Princess Mononoke here, Hayao Miyazaki, a film about tradition and care, and it's complex, it's satisfying. So I went with Mononoke.
That's a good pick. I didn't even think about that movie.
Meh.
He's
not a Ghibli fan over here.
I'm not a Nick fan.
Yeah, he's not a Nicaraguan.
The only thing worse than I would put Nicaraguan coffee in with Mexican coffee and El Salvador coffee. Meh. But they are better than like Dominican Republic coffee. That's for sure. Or Puerto Rico coffee.
You got like the tier list of coffee regions.
I don't know if that's the best way to sell Nicaraguan coffee.
I'm not trying to sell it.
It's on our website, coffeekult.com.
Get rid of it.
I think next podcast he's gonna get a Nicaragua pour over.
And I'll probably be like, "Oh, I love it."
This is why
I'm not going to tell him. He's going to forget we ever had this conversation.
Probably, yes. That's true. I'll forget this conversation in like an hour.
I'm going to remember.
I'll be like, "Oh."
This is why we lock Jamie in a room, and he's not our spokesman most of the time, or salesperson, because he's telling you not to buy a coffee.
I have my own team. My team is Claude, Gemini, and Open.
Team.
That's my team, and they only allow me in the office with my team.
Anyway, those are my film picks for all of our coffees. That was a lot of fun, so thanks for indulging me. We are now into August, which means we have 2 new coffees of the month. The Komodo Dragon, which we just talked about here, Godzilla, if you will, and the Straight Story, a.k.a. Road Dog, is also our coffee of the month as well. Next Monday, August 11th, we will have a back-to-school sale. So keep an eye on those emails.
It's that time already. Some kids have already gone back to school.
Yeah, some started this week, some start next week.
Yeah, here in South Florida, we start next week. So
yeah. And speaking of back to school, I know you sent out emails for this as well, but starting next week, we got new cafe hours.
That's also true.
Does that start next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, for those local here in South Florida.
Opening early.
So we're opening a little bit earlier. So right now, at least we're opening at 8 a.m., but now we're moving it to 7 a.m. because some people come and tell us, and they're like, hey, I have work and I have drop off my kid at school and I can't get my Coffee Kult fix. Well, we're fixing that problem now. So drop your kid off at school, get some coffee before going to a deal of work. Come on in.
There you go.
It's opening at 7 a.m. starting August 11th.
It's the more friendlier cult.
It is a friendly cult.
We're starting to listen to customers.
Yeah.
It's only taken 14 years.
We're getting there, though. One step at a time.
Baby steps.
Yeah. It'll be another 14 years before we listen again, but we'll get there.
No, we listen all the time.
I'm just kidding.
We just finally convinced enough people to get on board with the...
Yeah.
Maybe in 14 years we'll change our logo to like an alien language.
Yeah, because that's what we'll be.
Yeah. I did start a scuba company that has a really cool logo.
That is true.
Are we going to put a Coffee Kult location on the moon when they start building stuff on the moon?
Not if Elon's involved.
Okay. That's fair. Okay, well, I think that'll do it for this episode then. Great way to end the episode. Get your Coffee Kult fix. If you're local, stop by at 7 a.m. We would love to see you starting next week. Be on the lookout for that back-to-school sale. Go watch movies, and we'll see you guys next time.